Hi everyone, my name is Nanda Araújo. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here today and connect with you guys one more time. If you are new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe it, and I really appreciate that you like this video or any other video that you watch on my channel. Today, my heart is filled with so much gratitude for the opportunity to talk with this beautiful, I love to call her Earth Angel.
Oh,
I don't like to say special person. She is special, but I see her as an earth angel. Kimberly's. Oh, you changed her name. Kim Cintio. Cintio, right? That's the pronounce. Kim Cintio. No. Kim.
Cynthia.
Kim. She's very gifted. She's a. She's a trance channel. She's a animal communicator. This is very beautiful. She's a medical intuitive healer, and she's a quantum energy healer and a much more. So we're going to spend some time with her today, talking about so many things that she do, and talk about her experience in these incarnations as well. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to this conversation, Kim. Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
being here.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate that. I just like to start, Kim, going to your past. Now, if you can tell us what type of belief that you grew up, that you were raised by your parents?
Okay, I was raised in the Jewish faith.
Mm.
However, growing up, I always I didn't want to be a part of anything. Like my parents used to, they were very conservative Jews, and they always, followed every holiday, every rule, every going to temple, and so on and so forth. But I was the rebellious one. I did not want to partake. I did not want to go, and I used to often get in trouble. And had I got grounded a lot, and they wanted they my I remember my mother used to say, you need to go. You're have Jewish roots, and you need to go with us to temple. She says you need to do what the Romans do. And me being defiant, I said, I'm not Roman. Now, when I said this when I was a young child, I had to be about 5 or 6 years old. I had no idea what in my physical life what the Romans were, but my soul self, my higher self knew what the Romans were. And I didn't want to do I don't do what anyone else does. I am my own person. I am not easily influenced by anybody else, not now and not ever. So, growing up Jewish, yes, I did the holidays and such with the family, and I knew a lot, but I didn't really, my mind and my focus was not into the Jewish studies at all. However, my whole family is. They are. I'm different. Um, my brother and my relatives, they're all still very into the Jewish faith, and some of them are rabbis and such. I don't practice anything now. I'm a spiritual being. My connection and my study is with the higher beings, my connection to source, my connection to God. So I really don't need I feel I don't need the structure, So I knew this early on as a child that I didn't want to partake in any religion. And I'm still that way. And now, at this point in time in my life, I understand why I behaved that way as a child. I'm still that way. I don't have anything against what anyone else wants to believe. I just know it's not right for me.
May I ask a question? What age now did you talk with your parents and say, no, I'm connected to spiritual. I feel that's what my call. I feel that's what I come here for. What age did you talk to them and say, no, because I know you mentioned before, because I went through the same thing, My mother used to take me, my brother, sister to a Catholic church,
Mm.
I respect anyone's beliefs, but me, my brother, sister never felt comfortable to go there. You know what I mean? But my story is a little bit different. I was 7 years old. My mother has a friend who that she invited my mother to go to this metaphysical place in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. My mother connected 100% the first time she went there. Then she took me, my brothers, sisters. When we went there for the first time, we felt at home because it was a metaphysical place, But in your case, it's a little different because like you mentioned before, your parents, your grandmas kept, no, you gotta go, kept enforcing you to go there. But at what age that you decide, oh, I'm not gonna go anymore. This has nothing to do to me, and you just never went again.
Well, I started around 5 or 6, but and then I got in trouble a lot, and I was forced to go. So I went, but I when I sat there and they would sing in Hebrew and did the prayers, I kind of zoned out. I was like, I just sat there because I had to be there, and I really didn't pay attention. I did, however, did sing a little bit, here and there, but I really wasn't into it. I didn't come out and tell them I didn't want to fully partake until I don't know, was in my 20s when I was an adult. I was an adult and I was able to, like, okay, I can make my own decisions now. Guess what? I'm not doing this anymore. I did it because I had to do it, but I did get in trouble a lot. I did pitch a fit. I didn't want to go. I mean, I was the rebellious child. Nobody else in my entire family was like this. Just me, just me. And it's funny because, I'm a medium also. And when my parents crossed over, which I lost my mom 4 years ago and I lost my dad like about 11 years ago. One of the first things they did is when they were on the other side and they came to me and they see who I am now. They see who I am.
Yeah.
We understand why you rebelled and why you behave the way you do, the way you did when you were a child, because we see who you are now. Now, whenever I would bring up my any kind of mediumship, any kind of psychic, anything, when I knew stuff, and I would tell them a spirit here is here and this and that, they would listen, but I don't really feel they fully believed. They listened because I was their daughter, but I don't think they understood. No. But they were polite and listened and supported me. But I tell you something, when they crossed over, oh, we understand now. We were really worried about you, Kim. We didn't know where you were going to be going.
Yes, Kim, I'm so grateful, thankful that you share with us this story, what happened with your parents, what your parents passed. I got this all over my body because this is something that I constantly talk with people, even with clients, say, your parents, when they talk about their parents, what happened when they were a child, blah, blah, blah. But I said, yeah, but when your parents, pass, live this body, this life, they can see everything, in a different way. You know what I mean? So it's exactly what happened with you. I had many stories. I'm not going to go, I don't need to bring those stories in here, but with my mother, this is something so amazing because I went through a lot when I was a child. I went through sex abuse and things like that. But my mother was such a spiritual person, so such an amazing, beautiful soul that the thoughts that I have, you know what I mean? The decision that I made when I was a child, I said, I'm never ever gonna tell my mother what's going on with me. I don't want to hurt my mother. I don't want to see my mother suffer. Make a long story short, when she passed, then we had a long conversation. Then she told me, you know what I mean? So I know what happened with you when a child, and I know what reason that you decide to make a decision to don't say anything to me. We had a amazing, long conversation. But what you said is the real. It's not real. It's true. No, it's so important for people to understand. Even though your parents don't support you, if don't make, sometimes your parents are physical or verbal or sexual abusing you when you were a child. But when you pass this, they're gonna see. They're gonna look at the. Oh my God, what I did. Right? But this one, but you are so blessed, because so many parents, Kim, you know this, you work with so many people, you understand I'm going to say, so many parents sometimes block the children gifts, right? It block the gifts. I
Oh, that
want
did happen. That
yeah,
did happen to me. They blocked my gift because I would see things and I would see people and I talked to spirit people and they told me, shh, don't talk about that stuff. People are going to think you're crazy. And I would still talk about it. I always felt like a loner alone because I really didn't have anyone to speak to. I had to come down to other people's levels to make friends because nobody really understood my world. Okay. So when they did tell me, shh, we don't talk like that. People are going to think you're crazy. So from age, I don't know, it had to be like 7 or 8 is when they shushed me and they suppressed all my um, suppressed myself sharing this information. Although I still see stuff, I've seen a lot of stuff. Since I mean, I've been intuitive my whole life. I've been clairvoyant my whole life. I've seen so much, but I wouldn't talk about it because I didn't want to get made fun of. I didn't want to, to be the crazy one. Back then, in the 60s, not so much. Or maybe they did. They locked people up for that kind of stuff.
yeah,
So I just kind of like stayed quiet about it. And it wasn't until, I don't know, I was in like my 20s. I loved going on ghost tours because people would talk about the legend in the story and I'd watch the ghosts and they're like talking, yeah, she's right. They're talking to me while they're talking and I'm okay. So I didn't really come really out with it until later on. I mean, I knew stuff and I still talk to spirits. I know a lot about the spirit world, and a lot of it isn't from me reading a book, it's from my own experience. I've
yeah,
had
yeah.
lots and lots of experiences. And I'm not afraid. If something different happens, say an entity comes in that's not even human and it tries to scare me, I just kind of look at it like, is that the best you can do? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And I think it's because I've experienced this since a child. Okay, so yes, my parents did suppress it for a little while, but it doesn't stay suppressed long. It comes right back up,
Yeah.
and then you have an awakening experience, and now that's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's exactly. No, I was listening to you. That's exactly what I was going to ask. Thank you for sharing that because it's people sometimes say it says to me, I don't know how to use my gifts. I don't know what gift that I have. No, I had when I was a child, but I don't have it anymore. And I tell them, you still have. It's there with you, my friend. People, because sometimes the parents do so much, say so much to a child, and they grow up say, I had when I was a child, but now as adult, I don't have. I don't know where they go. I say, they are here with you. They are talk to them, explain to them because is a type of a block. You know what I mean? It's not my case, but so many people. It's a type of block. You know what I mean? The parents talk so much that you okay. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. They say you create a fear.
Correct.
To use your gifts. That's what they should. Thank you for saying that. That's the you connect to fear. Then you create these fear stories in your mind. Say, I don't want to use it because my parents constantly say this, that, this is evil. This is
Right.
this.
Right.
No,
Because of the beliefs. Because
yeah,
of the beliefs.
beliefs. Then you just like I said before. So many people say, my gift is gone. Say, no,
It's not gone.
universe never take the gift that you came here when you incarnated here. The universe never taken away. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you use your gifts. No one's gonna take your gifts away for you. And thank you for sharing that, Kim.
Right.
That's very beautiful.
One thing I can share with you is that I work with a lot of people and I'm always removing energetic blocks and such. So, and I've come across this one a lot. When I start working with the chakras and I'm opening up the chakras, your clairvoyance is a muscle. Okay. So when you're a child, if you saw something that scared you, I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to see this anymore. So the third eye shuts and it completely closes. So therefore, you're really not seeing anything anymore. So when you say, somebody says, well, I used to have this gift, and how come I don't have this gift? Your fear closed your third eye. So what I do, I'm a clairvoyant. I have 5 clairs open all the time, and I like it that way. I can go in and open up your third eye, and many times I'll see the third eye, and it's so closed, it's pressed so close, because you saw something when you were a child and you were told that it was dark, it was evil, it was bad, and you didn't want to see anymore. So when that third eye is closed shut, I will go in and pry it open. Sometimes it's hard to pry open, and I kind of coach the person, relax. I said, you want to use your clairvoyant sight? I do. Okay, so let's release the fear. And then once we release the fear, then we open up the third eye. And then there's certain exercises you can do to exercise that muscle, because every clair and every ability that you have, every gift you have, it's a muscle. And the muscle has to be exercised. And then once you exercise and open that muscle, then you'll be able to see again. But you also have to give yourself permission to want to see it again. Because when you were a child and you saw something and it scared you, you put the covers over your head, you closed your eyes so tight, I don't want to see it. You pretty much vowed it that it was shut.
Yeah.
But you have to give yourself permission to open to see again.
Wow, this is just love how you explained this, and I'm always learning. Every single day that I wake up in the morning, I feel grateful, thankful, and I'm so open to learn. I I see myself every single day that I wake up as a baby on Mother Earth arms, and I just say, I want to learn today. I want to learn today. And then some people say, oh my God, you have so much knowledge, you know so much stuff. I say, no, my friend, I'm still a baby. No, I have so much to learn. But I love how you explained that. That was a beautiful explanation.
Okay.
You know, but
Well, I see it. I can see everything. So when people talk, and I always tell people this, so you're going to tell me a story. Don't tell me an embarrassing story, because I'm a clairvoyant. I see everything you say. I see everything. So, yeah. So that's part of it.
I know you do so many things. If you don't, if you can talk a little bit, like you are a trance channel. What does that mean, a trance channel?
Okay. Well, a trance channel, first of all, I'm a conscious channel as well. So what that means is I allow the spirit beings to come in my body and use my vessel to speak. So when I'm consciously channeling, I can hear what's coming through and I just say it. But as a trance channel, I allow the beings to come in. My consciousness, my soul moves out of the way. They come in and they look through my eyes and speak through my mouth. And a lot of times when they're speaking through me, my cadence and my voice, and sometimes my face completely changes, because they're speaking through my voice box to give the message. And like I said, I myself, my consciousness, I move out of the way and allow them to speak. I was mentoring and I have a YouTube channel, and I have all different beings, and my voice is different almost on all the videos and all the audios. I did a channel recently for a student of mine, and Archangel Michael came through. And he came through and he sat like this, and I had my arms like this. He was sitting on the desk like this, and I can feel him like adjusting into my body. And then he was like fully in, and I was sitting like this with like my arms crossed, and he was just speaking through me. And I felt that I was sitting like this. And in my mind, I was back there, but I was thinking, I want to sit back in the chair. This isn't very comfortable. But I was like, Michael's in my body. And I'm to sit like this. And it felt very masculine. And he was talking. And then when we were finished and he came out, sometimes it takes me a minute to enter back into my vessel. I can feel him come out. And a lot of times when they come out, especially the angels, I'll feel their residue. They come out, but their residue is still present. So I'm back. I come in my body, back in my body, but it takes a couple of minutes to fully come back. Now, when my higher self comes through, she's like very, very confident and just speaks away. And there's really you don't feel the releasement of the going out or the coming in, because they're a part of us. They're part of our soul, except they reside a little higher up and they just slip right in. And my voice does change a little when the higher self comes in, because they're full of love. There's no ego, very confident. And it's just, they don't experience any of the 3D. There's nothing. So it's an easy adjustment in and out. It's effortless when she comes in. And the higher selves, right now, we are all merging into our higher selves. We are becoming one with our higher self. So if you find yourself like you're somewhere and you have to give a speech, or you're speaking to somebody and it's just like, it just flows right through, more or less it's your higher self. And you find yourself, I find myself saying, sweetheart, and then I use all these loving, enduring terms with everybody. I know that's my higher self. That's my indication to me that I know she's coming through. So the trance channel takes over the vessel.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's exactly what I grew up in Brazil. This metaphysical place that my mother, friends Tokyo, then after them, me, my brother, I went there as well. And the people incorporate spirits in the body, different type of spirits. The people can go there and talk to them. They can ask questions to them, things like that. But the way that I used to do over there, they have someone is the one that is kind of the boss, the chief, right? Her name was Marietta, and she can see everything. Each person that come. If someone come with a spirit or dark spirits like that, she can see right away. And then they have some other people. They're kind of assistants during the session. And then she call one of those people. So this person coming behind the other person, she is talking, put the hands on the shoulders, and whatever spirit with them go to this other person's body, right? And then she right away start talking with them, but she talking a different language. She does speak Portuguese, a different language. But then what she do with the spirit, she talk to them, explain the spirit living in darkness. So then she's talking to the spirit, explain to the spirit, what the spirit is doing here, and give opportunity to the spirit to go to the light, to send the spirit back to a school new reverse. So then after that, the spirit can come back, incarnating here in a better situation, or they can stay there, this helping people. But it's very beautiful. But this is something, I love the way you explained it, because I talk to people sometimes, that this is something that we need to be very careful, because when the spirit come to incorporate in our bodies now, some people sometimes, they can, what I'm trying to say, I don't know how you do it. If you like to talk a little bit more about this, that's fine. But normally the way I talk to them, I just tell them, just come with the ease and leave my body with the ease. Because some spirit, because I grew up with this, and see some spirits sometimes come so strong, they can throw away you. Like if you stand up over here, they can throw away, you can lose your balance and you can hurt yourself. Remember, this place sometimes has to be someone close to the other person, someone that the spirit will come, and sometimes they shake, do some other things like that. But the way you explained yours, they came very gentle. With me, it's the same thing. So kind of sometimes when I walk to people, my eyes is closed the entire time. And when I'm doing healing session, then sometimes I do this is because it's more than once coming to me in the same session. It's not just one. But this is beautiful. This is beautiful. What you the way you
I can tell you, I can explain to you what's happening when people start to shake.
yeah.
When you are trying to connect with spirit, they're up here and you're here.
Yeah.
We have to match our vibrations. We have to raise our vibrations so the spirit can match it. So then it's an easy in. If you're not at the same vibration, you're going to shake. Now they're bringing them in, but they're not vibrating at the same level.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, I have noticed my own progression. I mean, I channel a lot of ascended masters. I've channeled when I do mediumship. I used to try to connect with the spirit, and I can connect with the spirit when the spirit is standing in front of me. But I find it's easier, and I have a lot of protection. I have a lot of protector guides that watch when these beings come in, because if you're an imposter, you're not coming in this vessel. Period. That's not happening. Okay, so I have Michael here with me all the time, and I have a big team of protector guides. So what I do is I'll ask the spirit being that if I'm reading for somebody about a mediumship reading, I said, do you want to come in my body? Would you like to speak with her through me? And they're like, oh yeah. And I just let them come in and they speak and they say stuff, and then they talk about unfinished business, mostly about seeking forgiveness and why I did this and why I did that. And I'm okay now. It can be different. Most of the time when I allow them to come into my vessel, I don't remember what I say. So I record it, or I have the client record it, because, if you come back and ask me, do you remember when you told me, that this, and I'm like,
Yeah, not this day even.
no.
People want to have a regular session, like a reading. I always tell the person, we can record this if you like, but if you a lot of things that are gonna come to me, it won't stay in my mind for too long.
Yeah.
It goes away. It's kind of this is beautiful, because sometimes I work with the clients like 1 year after, right? I work today and they don't come back to meet you for another year. If it's something, this is beautiful. If it's something so important, I mean, the spirit will see that we need to talk, and again, they say, oh, tell them now when they have the full session that we talk about this, there. It's amazing. They show me, they talk to me because I just don't remember, but they tell,
Right.
they don't say, how do you remember that? I said, I don't. I said, I don't remember, but they do remember. But this is beautiful. I love the way you explain, Kim. The one thing I like to say that I talk to people sometimes, I see people say, oh, I'm open to connect with the spirit. I'm open to receive the spirit. And I tell people, when you say this, my friend, you need to understand you have some dark spirits, and like you said, you protect yourself. You have a protection around you, so
Oh,
no dark spirits come, you know what I mean, and try to incorporate in your body, you know what I mean, for you to do what we say we're not supposed to do. But some people say, I'm open to connect with the spirit, I'm open to receive the spirit. I always tell them, you need to select who spirit you're being invited, because if you say, I'm open to allow the spirits to come to me right now, using my body as a vessel, you are inviting, what I mean, my friend.
You're inviting anything.
Everyone.
You're like an open channel, like an Ouija board. Let's invite this imposter. Let's invite this. You're not bringing the person through that that you want to come through. You're leaving yourself open for anything.
Yeah.
I teach people how to connect with spirit. And if, God forbid, if something happened and that took place, I can take care of it. So I don't encourage people. It's important to be selective of who you choose to be your mentor, to be your teacher, because the class that I teach right now, I've got one currently I'm teaching now. It's a 6 weeks course, and it's in person. And like I said, I call in my protector team. Michael's there. I have King Kamehameha. He's one of my main protector guides, and I have lots of galactic protectors and so on and so forth. But if something was to happen, if I didn't have this controlled environment and you were going to, I am open to see spirit, you don't know who you're calling in.
Yep.
And if you're not comfortable or have experience working in the spirit world, some of these trickster spirits will come in and impersonate your spirit guide.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're not experienced, it can be harmful to you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to project fear, but I just want people to be smart about it,
It's
especially if you're new at it, especially if you're a beginner, because
Yeah.
you don't know who you're speaking to. You know, if it doesn't come from a place of love, then it's not your spirit guide.
Yeah. I just love, no, oh my God, we speak the same language. I just love, no, because, no, I tell people this is very serious, guys. Even one thing, I always say, without judging anyone, I say everyone's out there is very gifted. Doesn't matter what you believe, if you're spiritual, connected with spirituality or religion, it doesn't matter. Everyone has a gift. But I tell people are connected, with the different levels. The spirits that we have over 8 billion people in this planet. We have trillions and trillions and trillions spirits out there. You know what I mean? So in your case, you are able to connect with beings with the highest frequency because your frequency is there. But I tell people, no, if your frequencies are here, this is the type of spirit that you are going to connect.
Right.
The more you raise up your frequency, the more some beings out there, some spirits do not come to talk with everyone.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? But
Right.
they only connect to those they are in a higher level. It's not that they are better than anybody else, but because like you did, like I do, so many other people do. You know what I mean? You have to do your work, every single day, and you have to use your gifts the way you are supposed to use. I tell people you need to respect the universal laws and you need to respect the human laws. But I was trying to say, I tell people when you see people there, if I tell people if you're gonna have a reading, a psychic reading with someone, and the person, you talk about your ex-boyfriend, so your ex-boyfriend is a son of a bitch, he's an asshole, he doesn't deserve your forgiveness. Well, like this, he need to die, go to hell. If any time the person say anything like this to you, my friend, just walk away. Don't even ask for your money. Just walk away. This person is gifted, but it's not connected to the right source, not connected to the right spirits.
And doesn't have the right intention.
No, because
And
if you
you have expectations. You have to have no expectations. You don't know what spirit's going to tell you.
yeah,
You know, and one thing I want to add is that I've been doing this professionally for close to 20 years. I started down here and spirit gives you assignments. And you pass your assignment and then you up level and they bring you more of a gift.
yeah,
And then they give you another assignment, another test. And once you pass that test, then you up level and then you get another gift and more power or more know-how or your abilities get greater. You have to start at the bottom and work your way up. You just don't come in and say, I'm a trance channel. Okay, I'm going to take a class and on channeling and I'm going to learn how to channel. When you know nothing about the universe and how the universe works and about the spirit world and so on and so forth. You have to learn from the bottom, like spirit. Whenever I'm having a conversation with spirit and we're talking about this one or somebody or whatever the conversation may be, spirit relates people's levels by first grade, second grade, college, PhD.
yeah.
It's a process. It's a process, and you have to honor yourself and take the necessary steps to get to this level. I'm at this level because I work my way up.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't start out being wide awake and having all these gifts. It started a little. First, I did my healing. First, I did reconnective healing. I did that first. Then I did Reiki because everybody did Reiki and nobody knew what reconnective healing was. So I said, let me learn and see what Reiki is. So I learned the Reiki. It was a little different from the reconnective healing. Reconnective healing is when you allow the spirit energies to come through and you use your hands like this. Okay, the Reikis, the symbols, and you lay your hands on the person. Then during that time, a lot of time went by And I was guided to go on trips, and I had activations when I went on trips, and they had me work on different people to get the experience. Okay.
Yes.
Then there was this woman who I was with different groups of people. For some reason, you're in this tribe, and then you're in this tribe, and you meet this group and this group. There was this woman, she was teaching theta healing. And she was going to give me a huge discount. She got everyone in the group to take theta healing. And I was like the last one that was the most hesitant. She goes, well, I'll teach it to you for X amount of money at a lot lower than I offered everyone else, because I want you to be a part of this. My spirit guides came in and said, Kim, we don't want you to take this class. And I'm like, why? We have something else for you. So I'm like, okay. So all my friends went and they took the theta healing. And I will tell you, early on in my journey, I took the Silva method, which made me very strong in meditation, helped me with my mind control. I didn't know why I was taking the class. I was guided to take it and I took it. But it's very similar to the theta healing, because I've had people do the theta healing with me. And I'm like, oh, that's similar to the Silva method, although the Silva method made me very psychically very, very, very strong. So it wasn't until 2016, I went to Sedona, Arizona. I was guided to go. I always heard wonderful things about Sedona. And I went with a group of women. There was always groups, but there's always women, because I guess the women were more intuitive back then in 2016. I don't know. Anyway, so when I was in Sedona, we went to this park. It was called Anatapa Stupa Peace Park. And if you've ever been to Sedona, you would be familiar with this park. If not, next time you go, I highly recommend you go. So what it is, it's like Hindu or Indian based. They have Buddhas everywhere. They have places where you can walk around and meditate and pray and write little notes and put in places. And then you walk around and there's prayer flags everywhere and juniper trees. You can sit up under the tree and meditate. Okay, I went there with a group of women. When I got in the park, I don't know, I just kind of went into this like in a trance state. And I'm just walking around, just feeling the energies. And if you've ever been to Sedona, it's a big vortex anyway. So you feel the energy all over the place. So I'm walking, you see the cactuses, it's in the desert. You have the red rocks in the background. And I went to the far end of the park. I'm like, I don't even know where I am. And I come across this medicine wheel. So it was a medicine wheel, and it was made of red rock, and it was sectioned off. If you know what a medicine wheel is, it's Native American, and it's a circle, and it's sectioned off in 4 sections for the 4 directions: north, south, east, west. And I'm there, and there's nobody there. I'm there by myself. And I decided to walk into the medicine wheel to meditate. So I walked into the medicine wheel, and I went into the first, I think it was the south, and I stood there for a minute, and I put my hands in prayer position, and I'm just saying a little prayer. And then all of a sudden, these higher spirit elders, they were Native American, they all came, there was 4 of them, and they stood in front of me in spirit, okay? And they started talking in tongues. Like it really, I didn't know what they were saying, but it was either in their native language or like light language. They just started talking. And they were doing like this and this with their hands in front of me. And they even had sage. Now I'm clairsolient. This is one of my clairs that I use, is I have psychic smell. So they're saging me and cleansing me and saying prayers. I don't know what they're doing. And I can hear them, I can see them, and I can smell this. Okay, so they're saging me. And they had me put my arms out, and they're saging under my arms, just like you would do in ceremony when you would sage a person before you came into the ceremony. And then they stopped. And I stood there and I said, thank you. Oh, thank you. I don't know what just happened, but thank you. Thank you. They said, go to the next direction. Okay. So I went to the next direction, the same thing. They saged me. They're speaking in their language. They're going up and down. What I gather, what they were doing, they were cleansing, doing something with my chakras. They were doing some kind of activation or something. And they finished. And I said, thank you. We want you to do this in each direction. So I went in each direction. They did that in each direction. After it was completed, I went and stood in the middle of the medicine wheel. I was just so grateful. I don't know what just happened. I just got totally activated. I stood in the middle of the medicine wheel, my arms out, head up in the air, and I was just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't know what happened. None of my soul sisters were anywhere around me, except there was one of the women came by and she took my picture. I have this picture on my website. I was so grateful to have a picture because I had such a miraculous moment. Okay. So after that happened, we finished walking in the park. I didn't tell anybody. Actually, I did. I told the woman who took my picture what happened. And she was like, wow, like, what was that? I said, it was some kind of activation. I don't know. And that night we were staying at a hotel, and I went to sleep that night. And that night in my dream, I had a dream that my heart was activated and that I was going to be sharing my inner light with everyone that I came in contact with. And Alania was in my dream. She was the receiver of the light. And I think she was in my dream because she was on the trip. Okay. So, but who knows? She could have been part of, what was going to happen, what was going to take place. So I was like, wow, that's really interesting. So after the trip was over and I was home, I was told that I channel this higher light through my heart, and I went around. Everywhere I went, I was guided to give people heart activations. And I did. I always ask, and you always ask permission. So I walked around and I said, I was gifted this beautiful light, and I would like to know if you'd like to have a heart activation. And most people said yes. So I activated a lot of people. And I had a couple people that said no, only because they weren't sure. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to say no. It's okay. So I would just move on to another person and another person. So after doing that, and I did that for about a year and a half, then Spirit sent me places in crowded places. And all of us, I can remember it happened numerous times. I'd be at a concert and I'd be sitting in my chair, and all of a sudden I feel this big old surge of energy through my body, and I'm feeling a massive amounts of energy coming through my heart, filling up the whole auditorium. It went on for many minutes. And the people I was with, I just kind of kept it to myself. And I'm like, well, there's a reason I'm here, so let's just share this light. So I did that for a little while. I went to New Zealand, and they had me go to the endangered animals. I had to go visit the kiwi bird that was endangered. They wanted me to activate the bird with this light. Okay. So after following that assignment, that was assignment. Getting the heart activation, going to Sedona, that was an assignment. Sharing the heart light with people I come in contact for like a year and a half, that was an assignment. Places I would go and I would just go, not questioning, why are you sending me? I never said why. I never questioned it. I just showed up and did what I had to do. Those were all assignments. Those are all tests to see if you're listening, to do the assignments that we are sending you to do. Okay. So with this light, I call it the diamond light. Now I do activations with massive amounts of people. I've got a couple of them coming up now, and I'll send the light to everybody, and everybody gets the healing according to what their soul is guiding the light to do. Okay. It also activates your dormant DNA light codes within you. Okay. So it's more of an ascension. I'm an ascension activator. So the reason why I'm explaining this is I started down here in 2016 and just followed my assignments to where I am now. And now I share this diamond light. Now I also share this diamond light when I am doing my medical intuitive healing work. I do it with people. I do it with animals. It just branches out into different areas of people and places that need the light. So the reason I'm explaining this, it was a process. I didn't wake up, okay, all right, now you're going to share the diamond light. You're going to be doing activation work. You're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing that. It was a process, and it started in 2016. And I just kept following my assignments. Now, I have other gifts that started the same way. I started and I just kept listening. You just listen. You don't, when spirit sends you somewhere, you don't question it. I just do. I just show up.
Just like we talked before, we obey now.
Yeah.
We obey and trust in the spirit. But I like to say what you said, Kim, is so important. I mean, there's something that I'm always talk with people. You have your, like I said before, everyone has gifts. But when you start use you need to start use the gifts that you have first now. You cannot ask for something like the things you do right now, right? Or maybe the things that I do right now. Someone say, "Oh, I want to do all the things that you do." I always say, "Yeah, you can do it. It's not just for me." But you have to start from here, from the bar, and you need to start use what you have right now. The universe doesn't gonna give you more for you if you don't use what you have.
Or you're not ready.
Yeah, if you know where I was. Yeah, thank you.
Whether or not you're ready.
Yeah. It's a preparation. It's a process, like you said before. School, like started kindergarten, mini school, high school, college. Yeah, it was a beautiful explanation. Yeah, that's the way things happening. Because when I look at myself now and I look back then, I never thought the things that I'm doing right now was gonna come into my life.
Same here.
I have a new session. They talked to me a couple months ago. It's to work with some symbols, some other things, and create a healing sound session. But they give me all the instructions. But say, you need to buy a microphone, you need to do this, you need to do that. Then after that, they give me all the information. But I tell people so many things that I do right now, they give it to me, but I went through to a long process, use what I had back then. You know what I mean? Instead, I used to work in Alania. There's someone that I'm gonna send a text message for who I have on cell phone. We've been talking about Alania. Her name is Alania Starhawk. If you can Google her, find her everywhere. Yeah, but I remember when they guided me to Alania, when she come to the building that I used to have an office, and she started doing some workshops every Wednesday, and she's invited me. And so I say, yes, I was there every single Wednesday for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, I was learning so many. I used to see those people, sometimes 10, 20, or whatever. I don't know. So many people used to come every week. And I'm like, God, such beautiful, beautiful gift. These people, I was just. But one thing that I love about me so much back then till today, I never wish to have the gifts anyone has. I'm happy. I'm happy for I'm happy for you. You do so many things that I don't do. I don't feel, oh, I need to do the things Kims do. I don't have. I never had, and I don't have these things with me. I'm grateful for the gifts that I have. If I did see, and I mean, maybe tomorrow I'm gonna do like some other things that you do, they're gonna tell me.
Right.
I'm gonna force something to happen. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm gonna allow, like you did, like I did, like Alana did. We allow things to look at Alana right now. We know Alana for so long. Look
Mm.
at you, look at me, look so many other people that we know. But like I said,
Right.
start right here from the bottom.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
And just know that you might be doing something that it's like, this is not what I want to do. I want to do that. Know that this is preparation. What you're doing now is preparing you for what is coming. Now, Your soul blueprint is different than mine. We all create our own soul blueprint, what to happen at what particular time. Mine is different. My mission is different than yours, but doesn't mean that I'm better than yours. It's just different. All the roles and all the missions are unique, but they all come together to create. You think of it like it's a big vast ocean. We are all little droplets of water and we all come together into one ocean. So what you do is different than what I do, what you do, what you do, what you do, but it all comes together.
Who said that? I think it was Mother Teresa, right? I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Mother Teresa is to say there. But yeah, Kim, but I love once again the way you explained it because now it's so important for people to try to understand, especially what you said, especially for the people that waking up right now, they're going through awakening. I tell people when you go through awakening, it's beautiful. You start to see some things, and but it's so important, like you said, I mean, you need to ask for the right guidance, and you need to go to the right people, I mean, to learn to help us. I know some people, once again, please, I'm not judging anyone. I'm not going to mention names, but I see some people, young people, they went through awakening. Either I even one this person, he's on YouTube, and I reached out to him. I was able to talk to him, but even I offer my friendship. So I'm not here to to charge anything. I just offer my friendship so we can talk more because we can help one another to grow, to learn more. I have a lot to share that I can help. I see this you are doing this. This is your beginning right now. And I explained to him I have so many people they came into my life to help me as well. But make long story short, if you know the things that I do, I'm good at the things that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I say I respect that, but I say me back then, so many people came along, and some other people that I know still live in your area, Monica, Suzanne, so many other people came to me, the universe guide to me, and I never push anyone away. Like Allah is one of them. You know what I mean? And she offered to me, and then I mean, so because I knew she had so much to teach me, I said yes. For every single one that come to my life, I said yes to them. Yet, and I'm so grateful, thankful to Kim that I said yes to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because those people helped me so much. They
Right.
saw, even they saw, I had some people back then, they saw some things on me that I say, what? Say, it will come. Wait, it will come to you. It can, it's true now. But today, the same thing that you said before, that's my belief. So when they guide me to go somewhere, when guide to do something, I obey because it's a reason, it's a preparation for something. What happened with you in Sedona? It guided you to go over there. Said, okay, I'm gonna go there. You look
Right.
what happened. If you just said, no, I don't need to go there. The gift the gifts that I have is good enough. I know everything that I need to know. You say that to spirit, the spirit say, okay, that's what you want.
Okay. Yeah. You what you put out is what you receive back. I'm
Yeah,
always a student. I feel like my head is a sponge and I just keep receiving and receiving and receiving. And I love it. I love it. I love that I have this open connection. I mean, I had a big old conversation with them all last night. All my guides, Archangel Michael. I had a whole big conversation. But I need, and the reason I'll call on them and we have these conversations because I need clarity on things.
me
I mean,
too.
yeah, I'm getting this and this and this, but really, what does that mean? Can you give me more information? I need more clarity, and they'll give it to me.
Yeah.
They'll
I,
give it to me.
I love talking to spirits. I love talking to my gods and angels. I'm constantly talking to them. Even sometimes I'm outside. I'm talking. People look at me. So I'm talking. So who's this guy talking? I'm talking to
Talking
them.
to,
I
right?
literally what people say about look at me. So this guy must be crazy, or whatever. But I'm talking to them, and I'm constantly when I talk to them. Back then, even when you met before with learning workshops, class, whatever, like I said, I was going to so much place, they guided me to go. But for the last, 3 years, for the close 4 years, they kind of say now you need to stay with yourself for a little bit, and we are going to talk with you directly. You know what I mean? So you don't need to go anywhere right now. For
Mm-hmm.
what they did that with me, it's been more than 3 years that I'm just here working on me with them, talking to them. And, like I said, I went through so many things. You know what I mean? My divorce, was very hard on me, but I connected to them. Even though I like to share this, I was talking to Kim before I start recording. That I reach out to her to have a session with her to talk about the twin flame. I just wanna I figured out what happened with me and my son's mother. But the day after that, I just changed my mind. I said, no, I'm going to let things come to me in divine time, in divine order, instead of me to try to take control of the situation. That's when I reached out to you and said, oh, I don't want to have any sense right now. I'm going to allow, and I felt that I need to work first with myself. If they, the whatever reason, the things happening to me, whatever reason, she made the decision is going to come to me. It happened. It came to me. It came to me. Not right away. Few years later, some things start coming more and more. They talk to me, they explain me to me why she did that, the reason, what something that she went through that she never talked to me with her parents. So many things they show me. It's like a move. I said, I grabbed the popcorn, you know what I mean? And it just, okay, watch this. And they explain the entire things for me. But like I said, sometimes, you know what I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
is normal for us as a human. You understand why this person left, why this person cheated on me, why this person betrayed me, why this person hurt me. Yeah, you can ask a question, but if you allow the things come in the divine times, if you go to someone, talk with Kim, maybe talk to me or talk with someone else, they are in a beautiful level, they're gonna help to understand. I mean, talk about energies. They're gonna help to understand. I mean, you connect to this person for a reason. Was a lesson for you to learning. That's but. We are going to explain. It's going to help them to understand. Not tell them, you know what I mean? Like some people ask, "Oh, if you think it's going to come back to me?" I don't know, my friend. Some people say, "Oh, yeah, it's going to come back." No, you understand what I'm saying? So
I
it's so
understand.
important. It's so important for you to see who you're going to talk, because a lot of people, you know what I mean, understand and respect. People sometimes come to me and say, "Oh, this person that I had in my life," and I say, "Please, we're not gonna say never, because we can never say never. Never. They can come back someday, but
Yeah.
you need to do your homework, my friend. To
Yes. The inner work has to be done. Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's
Big
something that in the past, you know what I mean? If you talk to me, can you say, what? I was listening to my ego. I was connected to my ego. I said, I'm good. I don't need to do anything. But now I understand how important we talk about this, is how important it is for us to do a homework, inner work. We need to work with within, inside first to understand what's going on. And then after that, you can raise up a vibration. And then after that, you can understand why this people come to our lives, why you did this. They all the whys goes away. But if you just wanna, I say this is what I want, this is what I want. This is what I want. Taking control of the situation instead to try to connect with within, instead to learning and to grow. But no, we can talk here for hours. So many things that you went through, so many things that I went through. But why you have this understanding right now? Because we did the homework,
right. Right. Well, everything happens for a reason. I mean, that's been a saying that's around a long time, but it really is. Everything happens for a reason. If you don't do the inner work, and with the twin flame relationship,
Yeah, I was gonna
both
ask that. Yeah,
parties have to do their inner work. The
yeah,
universe is not going to allow the two of you to connect and come together until the inner work is complete. The slate has to be completely clean
for love.
in order for the two to come together to do the mission together. Now, when you are together, you know that you are a reflection of each other.
Yes,
So they're going to reflect back things that you need to work on, and vice versa. Now, it's all how it's handled. If you handle it with ease and grace and with love, you move on, you move past it. But if you're going to allow the ego to step in and you're going to get all twisted and upset, yeah, you're not going to solve anything. So that's how a lot of twin flames that have already met don't don't work out because the inner work is not completely done. You got to be mature about it. Okay, they're showing you a reflection. Well, what can I do to handle this? Let's talk about it. You give me your point of view, I'll give you my point of view. Okay, all right, well, that makes sense. Okay, and you might be a little upset because it's a little different. It's a completely different perspective than how you're perceiving it. So you sit with it, you process it, and then within a day or two, okay, I get it. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to work with this. It's when you give up that you are not spiritually mature to follow through with it. And that's the only way a twin flame relationship is going to work.
Yes.
It's just the bottom line. I mean, with anything, if you're going to be mad and pissed off at me for days and days, and then you're not really going anywhere. You're not learning and growing with each other. So how can you do the mission together? You're not at the same level. One might be here. Let's go. One here, one here. It's not going to work. You got to come together in unity for it to work. And I will tell you, and I just listened to another podcast yesterday. So many people confuse. They don't know what a twin flame relationship is. They confuse it with the soulmate relationship, and it's completely different.
Yeah.
And I personally, and I've always said this, unless you experience it for yourself, will you fully understand what the relationship is. There's so much talk out there. So many people write books about blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. I have this built-in truth detector inside of me. And if it doesn't sit right, then I'm not interested in listening anymore, because that's not how I interpret it, number one. And number two, that's not how I've experienced it, because I do have a twin flame and I understand the process. But everything is like with ease and grace, It's how you handle the situation. Do you want to be mature about it and think about it and allow yourself time to process it? Or are you going to be, no, I'm not doing that. It's my ego is going to step in and I'm just going to conflict, and boom, it's not going to work out. And that's why twin flame relationships, some of them don't work out. Now, when this happens, the one will go, you're separated. And then there's more spiritual growth that needs to take place.
Yes.
This one needs to do more inner work. This one needs to do more inner work. And then when you feel as if you have completed it, then and only then will the universe bring the two back together. Some people don't ever come back together because they can't get out of that ego mind. Yes. But if you place all your consciousness in your heart and work through the heart, you'll be able to see and understand it from a different view, from a different perspective. And then that's why they say it's more spiritually mature, then the two can come back together. So don't think because you're not with her now, doesn't mean you might not come back together later.
Yes.
But that work, that inner work, has to take place before the two can connect.
I agree with you 100%. Kim, I grabbed my cell phone because a question comes to me for someone, but I have to type so I won't forget. I need to ask this question. The question is, can we have more than one twin flame in one incarnation?
Yes, you can.
You repeat to us, please?
I'll explain. Okay, so say you had a twin flame that you were supposed to connect with, I'm going to say 5 years ago. And for some reason, it didn't work out. This one still had so much baggage that wasn't healed, and you aren't ready as well. Okay, so the two of you don't come together. Then what the universe will do, they'll send you out to do more work for you. More, how am I going to learn? How am I going to grow? How am I going to handle this task that the universe is giving me? Then once your guides feel that you are ready, then they'll bring another one forward. It might not be the same. It's not the same one that didn't work out before. It'll be a completely different one that is more at your level spiritually, so you can complete the mission. Does that make sense?
Oh, this question come to me. It came from spirit. The way this question come to me is someone out there. They're going to watch this conversation here. Has this question inside their mind. That's how the question come to me. So I had to type it before I forgot.
Okay.
I never. No one ever asked this question to me, and I never heard anyone talking about this before as well.
You're fine. You're fine. So another thing I'd like to share about the twin flames, which is a big misconception. Not everyone has one. And that is okay. That is okay, because there's several people that will come in as soulmates to help you learn what you need to learn. The ones that have a true twin flame, it must be written in your divine blueprint or your soul contract whether or not you have this person to connect with to complete your mission. It's a joint mission. Now, another misconception about twin flames. They say they are the same soul split. Yes and no. When you come together and you're with each other for a little while and you're working the mission, the souls eventually meld together to make one. It's not one and then split in two. It's two souls come together and then they meld together, become one soul, one higher self. There's so many misconceptions. I mean, I just see it all the time. And I choose whether or not I want to place my energy to say something or not. Sometimes I don't even feel like it.
Thank you, because Liz, I have so much respect for you, my friend, and I know that you the light, the energy, the frequency, the beings, the speech that you are connected. I mean, it's so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. That's the reason, like I said, this question came to me from someone to ask. And the other thing that I like to ask, talk about twin flame, Kim, it is now, it's okay for us to date, if you had a relationship with your twin flame, and now you're not together anymore, it's okay for us to date other people, or it is waiting for a twin flame, you know what I mean, wake up and then come back into your eyes. What do you can say?
You have to go with according how you feel. And yes, it is okay if you want to date others, because you don't know if the other person that you're dating could be a flame. You don't know. You don't know until you actually, then you feel, when you have a twin flame, you have a silvery blue cord that is connected from me to you. I'm going to say like it's you. Okay. And this cord cannot be broken. So if the other flame didn't work out, you still have that connection. However, you're not together. Put that aside. And you want to date somebody else. Sure, you can date somebody else. The universe encourages that because you're learning more about who you are. You're learning more about who you are and what you're capable of and what you want and what you don't want. Okay? So when the universe learns of what you want and what you don't want, they'll bring you the person that's best connected with you, another flame that can come forward. And remember that cord, because you have your own twin flame from the past, that special, that feeling, that intense feeling that you feel within your heart and your whole entire being. You might come across and date other people, but these other people are just going to support your spiritual growth and your evolution. But when if you have that intense feeling, once you have that intense feeling within you, you might like somebody a lot, but nothing can replace that feeling. That feeling. It is so intense.
You're right.
Yep. It is. So you'll know the difference. So to answer your question, it's okay, yes, to date other people. Yeah. As a matter of fact, the universe or spirit, they encourage that because you learn more about yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because I know some people that are They decide to wait for the twin flame. You know, they, like you said, the universe will guide some other people because you need those people in your life. It's something that you're going to learn with them, but they pushing and pushing and pushing away. What the way that I see when you push those other people away, that you don't want to date in somewhere else because you want to wait for you to inflame to come back. You are just the way that I see it, you are blocking yourself to grow, to learn more, even to work with yourself.
Correct.
Because the reason, like you said, for you not together, because one or maybe the other has so much stuff, so much fear, so much trauma. They need to work, you know what I mean? They need to go to different direction. Sometimes you need to let them set them free, let them to learn to grow.
Learn about themselves.
You have to learn about themselves. I mean, there's some people. I just love the way you explained it because I believe no one knows how long you're going to stay here. Like you said before, maybe you're not a twin flame. The one's gonna, the real one. I don't say the real one. Another one's gonna be the one's gonna be with you. Maybe not even for a lifetime. Is in your life right now. You're just pushing away. I just love because so many people has this, like I said, these questions. They are very confused because some people out there. I love the way you talk to people. You are just put the information out there. You are just give a message for people. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They, each one, you're gonna decide. You know what I mean? So, oh, this resonates with me or not. I said it before. I'm saying again. You are connected to such a beautiful frequency, such a beautiful light piece that you don't say here. Oh, you have to do this. No.
No.
It's not controlling come for you. You know what I mean? It's not control. It's not judgment come for you. That's the reason, like I said, I have so much respect for you because this the way they talk to me, this way they ask me to do things. I mean, don't control. Don't tell people this is the truth. Don't try to change people's belief. You just give to them here. This is what came to me, my friend. But you decide. You are the ones going to make a decision to do or not to do. But I believe, this I've been single for over 4.5 years. I decided to stay, be by myself. It was the best decision that I made because in the past I used to have so much fear to be alone, to be by myself. But I asked them to help, you know what I mean? But I learned so much. I grew so much in these last 4.5 years. But before I had so many questions in my mind, relate to, oh my God, do I date someone or do I waiting for her or you go on and on? But, you know, the things came to me, but I asked those questions to you because I want to hear your opinion, the way you see those things. But I feel, this is came to me, I don't know, it's no long time ago, Kim, that someone is going to come to my life, but I feel this is going to be my last, connection with another human in a relationship is going to be my last one. It's something that I never asked. It's not something that I wanted in my life, but for some reason this came to me, a few months ago. It say this will be your last connection with someone. This will be your last relationship. You know what I mean? But the other things would I like to share this because I decide to. I still have more things to work with myself, but I decided to work with so many other things. And I mean, like you said before, we need to do our inner work. Now I said, well, I'm gonna do because I know what I need to do. I know exactly what happened back then with me, with her. So you know what? I know where I need to change, the areas that I need to change, the beliefs I need to change. And that was not an easy thing for me to do. I have to be honest, was not an easy thing for me to do. The things that was asked for me to do, oh my God, you know, was hard. One of those things that I forgive her, and but I was carrying some stuff inside myself that was kind of eating my life, and I was having so much resistance to let it go. And one day I was driving, and I asked God, help me to see her with the eyes of love, and help me to love her the way God loves your eyes. As soon that I finished asking those two things, and I start crying. I have to pull over. I was crying so hard, so hard. But at that day, I was a shift that happened inside of myself. The way I was saying thing about her. relate to her, to some other people. But when I try to say I asked them because I say only what I felt was only true love. So I need to see her with the eyes of love. And I need to love her to hate God's love eyes because I was lazy to my ego. Sometimes I used to pray for her, sometimes I just hated her. I said, I cannot live now and it's going in two directions. I have to be connected with only one direction. The direction that take me to love was not an easy thing for me to do. But when I decided to do it, it was beautiful because I have to stop judging her and judging myself. It's not an easy thing, Kim, because like I said, I went through a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, a lot of stuff. Then my ego say, oh, it's not your fault, it's her fault. You gotta blame her, you gotta trash her out there. I say, no, that's not who I am. But I have to do my homework, and I'm saying, my friend, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional love is the key, but it's not easy. I believe you work some clients, many clients that when you say talk about forgiveness, I say, oh no, this person, okay, no, oh okay, who my father? Oh, am I never ever gonna forgive them?
Well, then you're creating illness.
That's what happened to me before, my friend. No, I'm not talking about my twin flame. I'm talking about some other things. My father, some other people that did some things with me. The day that I decided to forgive them, the day that I decided to love them, my life changed.
Mm-hmm. You have to. You can't hold on to that. It'll fester and create a problem within your body. Now, one thing about the twin flame I want to say is it's really important to love yourself first.
Yes.
Show your own self-love so you're not dependent on the other person. You're your own person. I get a couple years ago, I was called to go to Hawaii. Spirit wanted me to go solo, alone. Okay, normally I wouldn't have a problem going alone, but I really wanted to go with a companion, a girlfriend or something. Nope, we want you to go alone. This was a test. They wanted me to go and me to make all the decisions, me have it all about me to talk to people, me to do this, without the interference of another person. This was all about the self-love. The self-love. Well, okay, so what do I want to do today? There was one time I went whale watching, and after whale watching, I'm like, what am I going to do? Oh, there's a park over there. I went to the park. I laid down in the grass and I just looked at the sky. And then I started, I was just kind of meditating. But the reason I'm saying this is because I did what I wanted to do. I was in my own space. This is all about the self-love. But that was my test that the universe gave me. We want you to go solo, to appreciate and love yourself, honor yourself, go by yourself. And I did. And I met all kinds of people. I had a great time. But it was hard at first because I didn't want to go by myself. I wanted to go with a friend. But
Yep.
I surrendered. You
Yeah,
surrender.
me too. Yeah, like I said, being with myself for 4.5 years, it was a blessing in my life. I'm walking here, you know what I mean? So I'm by myself, and I can meditate anytime I want to meditate. I can do whatever that I want. But when I'm trying to say, I say I need to take this time to work to myself and love myself.
Correct.
Because when you love yourself unconditionally, my friend, you don't codependent to anyone anymore. You don't. I want to tell people you don't have the need. You know what I mean? Oh, I need someone to make me feel happy, to make me feel loved. I need this need goes away when you love yourself unconditionally. The need to have someone can come, you can build someone, that's fine, but you don't have this need, the desperate need to build someone.
Correct.
But only this is what you said is true, and I have to say it again, only through self-love that you can free yourself from suffering. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to continue to attract this type of people, in your life is only lessons and lessons and lessons over the same lesson over and over again. I was there before. But
Mm-hmm.
when you involve yourself, you change your energy, your vibration, and then you're gonna send a different, vibration out there, and then the right process come to you. Because I tell people sometimes when I say, imagine on me if you see me in another place for the first time. I tell them I have everything that you want in your life. That's it. I'm a kind. I have a compassion. If I joke, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I'm a massage therapist. I mean, I have all things. But if I come to you, you know what you're gonna do with me? You're gonna push me away. And then they said, no, 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 I'm not gonna push you away. I'm gonna keep me. No, you're not gonna keep me. You're not gonna be able to keep me. You know what I mean? Because no, you are connected. Your I say, no, I say, your fear is gonna push me away.
Oh, yes.
If
Mhm.
you're not prepared, no, even the universe sometimes, you know what I mean, do this with the people to say, see, you have that person in your life. That person has had everything that you pray for, that you asked for. Now it's not in your life anymore. Look how you treated the person.
Mhm.
Look at all the things you did, look the things you said to the person. And they say, oh, it happened with me. Oh, yeah, it happened with me. I say, wow,
Mhm.
she had everything on me and I pushed it away. I was asking the universe, okay, I'm going to give it to you, but you're not ready yet, my friend. So when I say this to people, so you're going to push them away. And they say, no, I'm not going to push away. She says, oh, yeah, you're going to push them away, my friend. It's amazing. People say, no, no, this is what I want. How I know what I'm going to push something away that I want? Because you know where it is so much work that you need to do. If, like I said, that's one of sometimes people compromise so much to build someone, to stay with someone. And then after that, you lose yourself in the process.
Correct.
You're not yourself anymore. You become a different person. You connect with a not a good version of yourself. You connect with a very low energies of yourself.
Mhm.
People sometimes just don't. I was there before. I always tell people, say, I went through this, but I was there before. You know what I mean? In the past, but now I'm here in the presence, like you as well, Kim. You're in the present right now. When you open your mouth to say something to someone, it's not because you think. You went through a lot. You received a lot of guidance. You learned a lot all these years. It's a difference between when you think something say to someone because you just think it came to your mind, and the other when you know what you are saying to them. It's a big difference, you know. But Kim, this is this is this is such a blessed conversation, Kim. You know, what I mean? So and like I said, I have so much faith and it's going to help so many people out there to understand so many things. You know what I mean? Relate so many things that we talk about today because now spirituality is very beautiful. But spirituality doesn't require any sacrifice for anyone, but they do require us to do our homework every day.
Yeah.
If for us to do a homework every day, a inner work every day, it's the only thing that I believe in myself. I need to do. I have to have a lot of faith and belief that the spirit knows the best for me because I don't want to keep talk too much, but I had some experience in the past, that the spirit came to me and I said, do this, and I said, I'm not gonna do it. Why something related to my son's mother, what I mean, she did against me after divorce, and the spirit come to me and said, "Do not do anything. Do not do anything. Trust me. Trust me." I said, "It's not about trust or not trust, but I said I cannot lose my son." So I decided to fight back. But make long story short, the spirit said, "I'm gonna give this to you, and I'm gonna show why did I ask you to do something to not fight, and allowed me to take you over control." In the end, so when we went to talk to the judge, she said, I don't want to do anything anymore against him. I want to leave things the way it were before. That's exactly what the Spirit asked me to do. But the reason I'm sharing this to show how beautiful, how lovely it is, a spirit, my friend. You know what I mean? But they did that with me to say, the next time, Nando, trust me, my friend. We want the best for you. But we are human. You know what I mean? So we are human. But there was a huge lesson for me between me and the spirit. It was a huge lesson for me. Because as a human, sometimes, like I said, you receive many guidance, you decide to go. But sometimes we just going through something, no, I don't want to do it. It's not that I don't believe, but we are human, and they understand those things now. They understand that we are
They'll
human.
keep knocking on your door until you do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it now, but you're going to do it later because they'll keep bringing it forward. And then if you really don't want to listen, you might get sick, and then you have time to listen. Just saying. I'm not saying that you know that will happen, but it can. Because if spirit is going by what it is you wrote in your soul contract, and now is the time for you to chop chop start doing it. And if you put it aside, guess what? They're going to knock on your door again, and they're going to try to bring it forward here, or they're going to try to bring it forward here. And if you just say, oh, I'm too busy, or I'm not going to do that, they'll make it so you do it. They'll take that 2x4 and hit you over the head, where, okay, now I have time to do this. Because remember, this is what you wrote in your soul contract, and they're there to assist you to follow that contract. So there's no way out of it, no matter what, just so you know.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kim, because now I understand the things that I knew that I had to do, and I did, and some of the things that I'm doing to myself every single day. I can see now, you know what I mean, and I understand. Say, wow, I'm so grateful, thankful that I'm doing all those things. I'm not avoid anymore. I'm not pushing away. I'm not putting underneath the hug anymore. I'm just do it because it's a reason, and I know it's gonna take me where I want to go. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like you talked before, you use the gift that you have in here,
Mm-hmm.
way supposed to be used, they all start coming, my friend. But we cannot reach in here, just to here to go. No, I don't want to be here. I just want to go there. No, no, no. It
No.
start from the bottom. But this is go to every single area in our life. We need to see, what's going on. I always tell people, whatever that you face, you know what I mean, instead to panic or instead to connect with the fear, going crazy, just ask what message this situation has for me, what I can learn from it. You know what I mean? That's something that I do a lot. Ask what message this situation has for me. There's a message in there.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter what. And then the message come. This is the message. It is what you are going to learn. It is what you need to do. My life is totally changed after I stopped being a victim. Stop saying, why me? Why this happened to me? Why am I going through this all the time? Why did I not try this type of people at the time? I stopped to ask why me, and I start ask, show me the lesson, show me the message.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, amazing, right, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
So I think you're good here, but I'm gonna before I have a three question here that I like to ask you, Kim. And then after that I ask these three questions. I like to ask you, to tell people how they can find your website or Instagram, whatever your YouTube channel. But the first question that I have for you, Kim, this is to finish today. Who is God for you, Kim?
Okay, God is a collective of beings that are beyond the veil, but we are all. God is all. God is all. But God is not a man with white hair and a beard. It's not a he. God is a collective of beings, your spirit guides, everyone behind the veil, and all that is God.
I love, I love. The second one, if you could delete, from people's memories, okay, from people's memories, right? One word, what word would it be?
There you go. There you go.
You know, I love. The last one. If you have the power to change one thing, in this world, what would it be?
A power?
Yeah, to change one thing, in this world, in this planet right now that we live.
Um, I would eliminate fear.
Oh God, there we go. I love. My
Because
God,
without the fear, you can live in love.
I love the answer because this, I have to say, this is the correct and the right answer. Eliminate fear. Fear is the energy that holds every single person back. That's the ego.
Hmm.
That's the ego. How the ego keep everyone in a prison inside the box. Okay, Kim, just do me a favor, my friend. Just tell how people can find your website or information. Please appreciate it.
Okay, I did put my website here on the bottom. It's
Yeah, okay.
indivinetime.com, and it's all one word, INDIVINETIME.com. I'm also on Facebook under Kimberly Rose is my main page, and then I have an In Divine Time group page, an In Divine Time business page, and I'm a published author, and I wrote a series of Mary Magdalene books, and they're all channeled. And I do have a Facebook page called Mary Magdalene, the High Priestess of Isis. It's a private group page. So whatever you want to share on there is private, and I keep it small. It's not one of these groups that has thousands and thousands of followers. I keep it small on purpose because I keep it intimate. Okay, so I share a lot of channeled messages on there from Yeshua, from Mary Magdalene, from a lot of the masters, from the angels, but I actually share that type of stuff on all my pages. Many years ago, Spirit wanted me, I had all my pages on private, and they said, on the full moon, they said, we want you to take it off of private and put it public. So it's out there, but the Mary page, I kind of keep it kind of quiet and intimate. I also have a YouTube channel, and if you want to listen to some of the channel messages from the masters and the angels and star beings, it's at Kim Cintio 333. That's the name of the YouTube channel, and I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, and I do a lot of online classes, ceremonies, events. I have an event coming up with the Diamond Light at the end of this month, and then one September 28th at Sacred Lands, which is local. If you wanted to come and experience the Diamond Light, I'm going to be sharing it there. But I can be reached at all those places, and I'm continuously marketing. I'm sending newsletters of what I'm doing and where I'm going to be. And if you go to my website, indivinetime.com, you can get to my YouTube page, my blog, and sign up for my newsletter there. It's all right there, one-stop shop. But
Thank you.
thank you very much. I really enjoyed sharing information with you today. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kim, for taking the time to connect, have this conversation with within. Guys, I totally suggest, you guys follow her. She posts beautiful, beautiful messages. I follow her more on Facebook page, and I just love the message, that she received, the post of that. It is beautiful, beautiful. It's a type of message that you can listen anytime. You always feel, oh, this is for me, or this message. If you don't, she posted, she put a message out there for everyone. But when I read her messages, I felt, wow, that was for me.
Uh,
The message was for me. She received the message for me. But Kimi, thank you so much again. Kimi, thank you so much for everyone that watch this review. Please don't feel free to make any comments below about this conversation today. If you know someone maybe just need to hear these things that we talking here today, please send these videos to them. Just give me a second, Kimi. Let me finish this in here quick.